Okay, so we're back, and yeah, today we are gonna have a little bit of an adventure. Here is this really old tank that's up in the ceiling, and it is a perfect example of the stuff that I kind of love. I really love. Way overbuilt, industrial. The scale is out of this world. And look at those rivets. It's all function before form, but in a way it kind of finds its own elegance. So it's a super heavy thing. And I don't know if you recall, I've made a few videos where I took down like an extremely heavy heater up on the 3rd floor. And I got so many comments about the fact that scaffolding is not the right answer for that, and that I needed to put up some kind of a block and tackle system to get it down. So I've got a few options today, and I'm going to try a different method and hopefully be a little bit safer about it and see how it goes. So every time I just came into this room here, and in the last 2 videos, I've been cleaning it out so that I had kind of a blank canvas to work in here. It's a little dark at the moment because these windows, that window right there is on the west side of the building. So in the afternoon, light floods in through that window. But all day until about 2 p.m., it's kind of dark in here. And so I just got this one light. But I came in today and I was kind of in shock because even though I cleaned it all out, I'm not used to this room being kind of cleared out. So I'm back here at my tool cart, and I have this chain hoist here that is rated for 2 tons. I'm gonna try to incorporate that, but the challenge, this thing is installed so close to the ceiling that there's not enough vertical space to hang that chain hoist above it. So I might have to hang it out to the side and almost do like a parallel connection to it. And then another one the opposite direction. So they kind of work against each other, not sure. Yeah. But, oh my gosh, wait a second. Hold on a second, hold on. I don't know if you can see right there, right next to my grubby finger. There's like a extremely heavy eye, like it's a eye loop that is screwed in. I don't know if I can use that. Once I start this process, I will put my harness on and get myself connected up here. I don't know where it's at. Oh, there it is. Look at that heavy duty ring. Now if it was in this rafter, I would have no hesitation, but that's just in the hardwood flooring. And the mystery is, how heavy is this thing? Is it full? Oh my gosh, that is like extremely heavy steel. That's not sheet metal. That's not. Look at those studs on there. Oh my gosh. All right, so I don't think I trust that eye hook. Maybe I can use it for a little redundancy. I have some prep work to do. I gotta go get my harness. I've got to get some straps, some other stuff. And I don't think there's a perfect way to do this. I think I just need to make as many points as possible to secure it, and just keep working them all against each other in different directions, and then try to slowly lower it down. So that's the plan, Stan. Now I did come across this guy, and this is a very heavy steel braided cable. And the great thing about it is that it's super flexible. So I can almost tie it in a knot, which is kind of surprising considering how thick and heavy gauge that wire is. That cable, I guess you should call it a cable. But I'm gonna use that plus the chain hoist, plus straps, and yeah. Okay, so this cable alone I think weighs about 50 pounds. So I'm just kind of dragging it instead of carrying it. Okay. All right, let's go see what else we need. Okay, so I want a taller ladder. This ladder is probably at that very top step. It's a little over 7 feet. I'm not sure, 7, 8 feet. But I want one that goes all the way up, and I think I have one. But that's a really narrow door, and it's in a hallway. I don't know if I can get that long one around that corner, so let me see if I can squeeze it in. Here it is down here. And I think it's 11 feet long. Could be 12 feet long, I'm not sure. But it's long. Yeah, let's see if we can get it in the door. Okay, so how's that for a tight fit? Yeah, it is just barely able to stand up. But I think once I spread it out and open it up, it'll maybe come down just a couple inches and it'll be okay. So couldn't ask for a better fit, that's for sure. Look how cool that ceiling looks. All right. I'm so easily distracted. Squirrel! Okay, so I've already hit my first little dilemma, which is that all of that conduit is preventing me from putting the ladder right up close to the tank. So maybe I could collapse it down. Yeah, I don't know. Not a great solution there. So I think I'll put this shorter ladder directly under the tank and then just try to flip the strap over and do it that way. And then use this taller ladder to do all of the rigging. And I'm not complaining about all that conduit and pipe there because it gives so many tie down points. I can just loop around all of that stuff. And even if something gives, there's so much redundancy. There's like 6 or 7 other places, including that 2x6 board there with those gigantic rivets every 12 inches. So I think I should be pretty good. So. Need a college degree to figure out how to get into this thing. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, let's get it done. Okay, so I've been looking at it and I got a couple things going for me. And one of them is that 2x6 board there that's got all of those heavy duty bolts up into the floor joists for the next floor. And the cool thing is I realized that there's another one on this side, which is perfect because then I can distribute the weight equally and it won't be a swing out whenever I make my cuts. And the other good thing that I have going for me is something that I can use this long cable with. So I've got this gigantic wood beam here, and so I can run that cable up over all that stuff and back around this beam and wrap it like, 2-3 times. And through the magic of physics, it won't get away from me, hopefully. So, all right, I'm gonna get the straps on to start with, and we'll see how it works. Oh, that's a little too thick. Okay. Put it on that guy. Okay, so up here, I'm trying to figure out the best way to rig this. And we got one positive sign. I keep my shadow. I don't know if I can film without my shadow. That pipe goes into that pipe, and it's just off. And it's the same as this one. That is off as well. So I guess at some point this jolted down, and those came out of their fitting. So they're just loose. No cutting necessary there. So once I get it rigged, I have to cut these gigantic U-bolts here, and then one pipe on the other side, and she should be free. Okay, so I kind of had an epiphany. I've been looking at ways to strap this, and I'm not convinced by any of them. That hook there is there for a reason, and I'm guessing that that's how they got it up there. They put that hook in and used that to hoist it up. So back in the day when the wood was good, that supported this thing when they hoisted it up into place to mount it. And so I think what I'm gonna do is, there may be just enough room to squeeze this guy in there. And what I wanna do is a little test and see if I can lift it up off of those U-bolts. And if it looks like it's holding and takes the pressure off of those U-bolts, then I'm gonna put a safety line on it just in case something goes wrong. And I'm gonna stay out from underneath it. And if it does go down, I won't get hurt. I'll just lose the project. So that's a small price to pay, as compared with getting injured. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Okay, so I'm looking straight up here, and I don't know if you can see, if I can zoom in. That little valve thing right there is not supporting the weight of this tank, but it can interfere if I hook up that chain hoist and try to lift it up off of these U-bolt supports. There's one there, and there's one there. So my very first step is gonna be to go ahead and cut that, and then I'll be able to figure out what to do with the chain hoist. Okay, so you probably can't feel it, but I just spent about 2 hours strategizing this thing, because nothing that I was trying did I like. And I had those straps and that cable. I have this chain hoist. But then I thought, man, I don't trust those straps, because there could be liquid in that. And if it is, it's like gonna be super, super heavy. And I was just racking my brain to see if there was any chains in the building. And so I went searching through the building, and as usual, it found 2 heavy duty chains and made a harness. So theoretically, I've got it blocked so the chain can't go left, can't go right, can't go up, can't go down, no matter what happens. So theory is sometimes different than practice. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm gonna stay out of the way. And the last thing I gotta do before I go for the big kahuna is to saw that one pipe there, saw a couple of the U-bolts, and get this hoist up. So Okay, so sorry about all these like shots that are not super clear. So I just got that chain hoist hung up there, and it looks like it's probably gonna work, but I gotta push all that chain through into the right area. For a minute there, I didn't think I was gonna be able to get it done because, you know, you're up on that wobbly ladder, you're reaching like way back there, but you can't really get to it. And then that chain hoist is like, you know, really, really heavy. And you got like 40 feet of combined chain hanging below it. And, you know, when you give it a lift, you need that hook to get right on there just perfectly, but it never wants to go on just right. And it's just a little bit out of your reach. And but finally, I got it. So it's on. Just need to tuck those chains through there and figure out a way to get this chain harness that I've built hooked into the hook on the chain hoist. Then I can make my cuts. Okay. Well, I was up here getting some conduit out that was in my way, and I don't have to cut that one either. That was disconnected as well. It was obscured by this giant piece of pipe here, so I thought I had to cut that. It's already loose. It's just sitting on those U-bolts. So I just need to hook in that chain hoist there, and yeah, stay back, cut those bolts. And one last look at what she looks like. Okay. So I've only got one cable for the light, so I couldn't film it when I was cutting that out, but this piece of conduit had me cussing up and down. I'm usually not a cusser, but the darn thing made me mad. It just kept getting in my way, and so I decided to just cut it out. It's actually not conduit, it's sprinkler pipe, which when it came down, dumped about a pound of rust on the floor, which is why it's not usable. We had it looked at, and they said it'll never work. So that's got to come out everywhere. But now I'm able to get my hands up there and try to hook up this chain. Okay. So that is some hard material. Several minutes with that Sawzall and not even halfway through that piece of rebar. Ah! Forgot my layers connected. I don't know, it's just going too slow. I don't know if I need a new blade or what's going on. Yeah, those are kind of dusty and dirty. So the other day, I went to help someone and left my angle grinder over there, and it was an hour drive. And that old blade is not cutting it, so I didn't want to go get another blade right now because I just figured it would dull that one too. I don't know. But so I just took an hour drive to get this because I needed to have it back anyway. So halfway over there, I remembered that I have that portable bandsaw. I could have used that, didn't need to go. But since I needed it, it's not a total loss. Battery's dead, of course. Of course it is. Of course the battery's dead. All right. I think I'm gonna call that a day. Take this home, get it charged up, and start at it bright and early tomorrow. But while that's happening, I thought maybe I would share you a little bit about the video coming up. So look how cool that tin is. That tin there and there. And then up there, I believe, are some windows that got covered up that we saw in the old pictures of the factory with the old workers. And I was like, I don't recognize that space. But then I realized it potentially is covered up. So I'm thinking maybe it's behind this wall here. But it may be behind this wall, not sure. So what I'm gonna do is take out this drop ceiling. I'm gonna take all this paneling all the way around off. And we're gonna have a really awesome clean slate to work from. So yeah, that'll be coming up soon, so stay tuned. And I'm gonna go home and get some rest, but for you guys, I'll be right back to cut that down.